Your next time cue comes with 3 minutes until airtime. Mark, 3 minutes until airtime here on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue will be with 2 minutes until airtime. Until airtime here on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue will be with 1 minute until airtime. Mark. Network stations, we are 1 minute until airtime here on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Studios, please start your archive recording. Stations, if you encounter technical issues during this broadcast, please call the Wake Forest studio hotline at area code 336-831-0819. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime, Mark, 30 seconds until airtime. Once again, stations, if you encounter technical issues during this broadcast, please call the Wake Forest studio hotline number at 336-831-0819. Stations, your final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Wake Forest Sports Network.
Live from Miller's on Robinhood, this is the Steve Forbes Show on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield. Your weekly all-access pass inside Demon Deacon basketball.
Kicks it underneath baseline right. Here's Harris up and under. Drives it, scores it, gets the foul. Taken by Wake. Spillers drives, dunks, and Wake leads by 4.
We did an unbelievable job in defensive transition. I think we're a little more comfortable playing with each other's strengths and weaknesses on the offensive side of the ball.
Send us your question for Coach Forbes to our inbox. Available at wakeradio@learfield.com or tweet your question to the voice of the Deeks at StanCottonWF.
Who learned something tonight?
Me.
See?
Yeah.
I didn't know about the nail.
The nail.
See?
Man, I feel
that's
good.
Why you come here.
I tell you, that's some high-tech stuff right there.
Learn that stuff from Coach Forbes.
The Steve Forbes Show is brought to you by Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons. Now, alongside Coach Forbes, here's the voice of the Deacs, Stan Cotton.
We're back. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. It's Thanksgiving week. Hope you guys are thankful for your Deacs.
Feast week.
It's feast week.
Feast.
And and I'll run it down here in a minute. We got something every day this week.
Every day.
We got football, we got basketball, we got a little turkey there midweek. A lot of turkey, hopefully, and hopefully a couple of basketball wins. How were the Bahamas?
I don't know.
Friend?
I mean, I never went outside the hotel one time.
Did you not tip your toe in the ocean once?
I didn't even.
Shame on you.
Come close to it. It's
Come
crazy.
on.
I did have to walk through the casino to every game. That was interesting. It was a beautiful. Anybody ever been to Bahamar? It's nice.
Is that on Paradise Island?
I don't know. It's in Nassau. I know that.
Okay.
I also know that it's expensive. I bought a can of Dr. Pepper one day for $3.50, and I had a Cohiba cigar that cost me $225. I didn't know the price when I bought it. Yeah, and so I quit doing that. It's beautiful, and they do a really good job with the tournament. It's in a really small. It's in a ballroom, like a convention hall, low ceiling, which we can get to that in a little bit. But, they had a great environment because I think half the state of Indiana was there from Purdue. They came in droves. They
came to see Colvin.
Yeah, they did. And, we had a good crowd. I mean, Texas Tech had people there. Memphis had people there. But Purdue came in droves. And so it was a great environment because it was packed and it was loud. And, if you watch some of these games now going on around the country, these MTEs, there's not a lot of people at these games. And so that part made it fun.
I saw one earlier, and I'm not sure if it might have been in West Virginia.
Yeah, it was in Greenbrier.
Is that where the pass hit the ceiling?
I didn't see it, but
one of them hit the ceiling.
Obviously, they didn't practice. That was They I don't know how that compares. I've never played in Greenbrier, but I've seen the setup, and that ceiling is really low, and so I can see that happening. That was South Carolina, I heard. Is that right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I heard that. So we went in and practiced we left, right after the radio show. We left Tuesday morning. And when we got down there, we practiced. Actually, the first night we didn't get a practice in the where we played. We had to go to another place, and it was so slick. We practiced, and then two guys fell down. I said, okay, we're done. And then we went to the place we played in the at Bahamar and practiced on Wednesday. And that, that last second play, that was something we practiced because I was hoping I didn't need to use it, but I was worried about him throwing it and hitting the ceiling. Especially if somebody's standing there in front of you.
Right.
And so, it all worked out.
Yeah, and I wonder. Yeah, you can clap. That's all right. I wonder what the play of the week this week will be. I'm not sure.
I'm sure if it probably involves Miles Colvin, I would guess.
It does, and I want to tip my cap to Phil Brame, who went. I had to stay back with football, and the call was fabulous. He did a great job. He stepped to the moment That's why we sent him down there.
He went viral.
It did. Good for him and good for you guys. And that was.
He winds up, throws deep.
I was watching and listening, and that one got me off my feet.
Yes!
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yes! Miles Colvin buries it at the horn, and Wake wins it. They'll take a look just to make sure,
so I was trying
but
to
that
organize
looked like he got it.
During the chaos of subbing Isaac into the game. There was little Isaac up here last week. He played 1 second, 1.5 seconds.
He winds up
in that game.
It made a big play. Kick to Colvin, three for the win.
I can still see his face when I said,
yes! Miles Colvin buries it at the horn, and Wake wins it. They'll take a look just to make sure, but that looked like he got it.
Played in that play, and he was the one that set the really hard screen to get Trey Spillane open at the top to catch the ball. So I was directing all that.
He winds up.
I saw the ball come down. I saw Trey catch. I saw him throw it.
For the win. Yes!
I saw it go in, and then everybody jumped in front of me.
Miles Colvin buries it at the horn, and Wake wins it. They'll take a look just to make sure, but that looked like he got it.
The buzz, the horn went off when it went in. So I went to the scores table. Everybody's running around with their head cut off, and I wasn't sure if we were still playing or if it was over. And obviously,
three for the win.
It was over. It was a lot of fun, and it takes three things.
Miles
It takes a great
buries
throw
it at
from
the
Rising,
horn,
a great
and
catch
Wake
from
wins
Trey.
it. They'll take a look just to make sure, but that looked like he got it.
And shoot it in and make it fast. You don't have. We had 1.5 seconds, I think. Mm-hmm. But it's funny with the players. Like we do these things, like we did it today. At the end of the game, we do a lot of special situations. I'll just yell, "Put 2 seconds on," or "Put 3 seconds on," and it's always amazing how much time you really have, though. It's more than you think, right? It's always an extra dribble for every second. So if there's 3 seconds left in the game, you got 4 dribbles. If you're coming full court, at least that's how I explain it to them. But like today, we had 4 seconds on the clock. We ran a play, got knocked around, still picked it up, still shot it, and still did it before the buzzer went off. So you got to practice these things. It's worked 2 times in my career against you guys. Utah Valley 3 years ago, about this time, same time. Right before we went to Jamaica, we threw it. Cameron Hilder threw it to Matt Marshall, threw it to Ty Appleby, who made it. And then, it's interesting, like a trivia question. We've literally done that against 2 guys that played in the NBA, Penny Hardaway and Mark Madsen. And so I was talking to Nick Nurse today, who's, coach of the Sixers, and I told him that, and he goes, "Well, what did you expect? We don't go full court in the NBA. We go half court."
Oh, there you go.
You're right. So, I didn't really draw it up. I didn't want it to be that way. I would have preferred it not to be, but we seem to like 1-point games, so that's probably why I'm bald.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. 2 or 3 ways you folks can get to us. You guys here, if you want to ask Coach a question, we got a mic. We'll bring it out to you. You can go on the air with us. We invite you to do that. If you're listening, want to shoot us an email, and several of you have already, wakeradio@learfield.com, or if you're on Twitter or X. You can post right to me at StanCottonWF, and we'll get it that way. So we'll do that. Want you to be a part of the show. All right, this week, tomorrow, Campbell in town. We'll be on the air at 6:30. Wednesday, we're right back here for the Jake Dickert Show. So if your family's in for the holiday, heck, bring them here. Get the chicken tenders, the cheese, whatever. It's awesome. Okay. We'll have the Jake Dickert Show on Wednesday. Friday, we got a nooner at the Joel with Northeastern.
Yep.
All right. And then Saturday, we go down to Duke for a little football finale. We'll be on there at 2:30. And then we're back here Monday night with you.
Jeez.
So we got a bunch to do in the next several days.
We got to practice on Thanksgiving morning.
Do you? I hate that for you.
I mean, we got a game the next day.
You got to keep going.
Especially a noon game. We got to go early.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
I honeymooned in Nassau. The reason I'm telling you, in 1982.
It's changed.
Met a couple from Maryville, Tennessee, and you know where Maryville is, right?
Flew out of there many times.
Where the airport is. Yeah. And they said, whatever you do, you got to keep $21.
To get home?
To get off the island. Yeah. There was a whatever kind of tax. Since we didn't have any money anyway, so we ate peanut butter and kept $21 and got home. That was the last time I was in Nassau.
Well, at least you went somewhere on your honeymoon. I'm not going to tell you where I went. It wasn't good. I went on a job interview.
Did you get the job?
Well, I told my wife we were going to Omaha, Nebraska. No, I didn't, actually. I think she thought I said Oahu, but I said Omaha, I promise. And I went and interviewed for a GA job.
Didn't get it.
Didn't get it. Nope.
Yeah, there's a little difference between Omaha and Oahu.
Yeah, I've done that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're off and running. Fun to be had tonight talking Wake basketball with the coach of the Deacs. We'll take a quick timeout and more on the games down in the Bahamas on the other side as you listen to Wake basketball from Learfield.
Spiller's got the rebound. Out to Harris, gets it back, dunks it. Going to have to make something happen. Pulls and fires, 14-footer, got it. For a good look at it. Three, and he drilled.
Hey, Deke fans, Coach Forbes here. As you prepare to watch your Deacs this season, remember to bring along some ice-cold Pepsi. There's something special about watching the Deacs with your friends, eating some great food, and drinking Pepsi. It's a perfect way to cheer the team on to victory. Go Deacs.
Wake Forest basketball is always better with Pepsi.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
We'll be right back to the Steve Forbes Show after this local timeout on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
Stan Cotton here for Roger Marion Automotive. Roger and his staff have been taking care of me and my family and our cars and trucks for years. From tune-ups to oil changes to a state inspection or that weird sound your engine's making that you can't quite figure out. Roger Marion Automotive can handle whatever issue your vehicle has and get you back on the road with confidence and at a very fair price. Roger Marion Automotive between I-40 and 421 across from West Forsyth High School. Roger Marion Automotive, the only choice for any fan of the Demon Deacons.
When it comes to local news, you can rely on ABC 45 News. There to cover your story.
Just had to take a stand. We should be compensated way more than we are.
There to get you answers.
It still leaves so much anxiety because it's like we don't know what happened.
There in your community.
We need to help out the people in our community who are struggling.
And there with your no-wait weather.
This area is producing some severe weather tonight.
ABC 45 News, weeknights at 6 and 11. Standing up for you.
Welcome back to the Steve Forbes Show.
He's very disruptive defensively. He does a really good job there.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com.
As far as me ever putting a suit and tie in, they're going to have to pass a new rule for that one because, quite frankly, I don't know why we ever did.
Or tweet your question to the voice of the Deeks at Stan Cotton WF.
Okay, we are back. I don't know. Suits and tie. We talked about that last time, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we've covered that subject probably enough.
We've covered it. All right, time now for the Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist Game Diagnosis, brought to you by the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons. 2 games in the Bahamas. You had a tight one with a really good Texas Tech team. And then, Memphis, obviously, we've talked a little bit about the ending there. But just your take on your trip, what you got out of it, and how you will use that to move forward.
Yeah, I was really disappointed that we lost to Texas Tech. I thought we had a really good chance to beat them. We went 13-22 from the free throw line. And I just don't really believe that you can win a high-level game like that and not shoot over 70-plus, at least, at minimum. And that really hurt us. I'll give them credit, too. They made a couple 3 tough shots late. They got it into Toppin, who's a really good player. He's an All-American. And we doubled him, and he kicked it out. And a couple of those guys made a couple threes that were pretty highly contested. I know there was a lot of talk about what happened late. On the fast break play, Nate, textbook is when you teach somebody to play 2-on-1, you teach the ball handler that he drives it all the way to the basket until he's stopped, right? And then he can dump it off. Now, I will say this. The game's changed a lot since you and I played, and all you really have to do nowadays is just throw it over a defender's head and the other guy dunks it. I didn't have to play with anybody like that when I was in high school. And so he did, and, he probably should have taken it a little deeper, but it doesn't excuse the fact that he was fouled, and he was 1,000% fouled. Okay, you cannot make contact with an airborne player. It's a foul. It's automatic, especially for the guy who's a secondary defender standing in the restrictor. It's an egregious non-call. And it happens, and the guy who missed it is a really good ref. He refs in the Final Four. And so, and I know it was a foul because I talked to the league about it. And so that hurt. And then, we ended up, it had hopefully been a tie game if he makes the free throws. And, and so we were disappointed because, coming off, the Michigan game, we had 2 really good opportunities to beat 2, highly nationally ranked teams on the road. And so, you always kind of wonder, how's your team going to bounce back the next day? And here's the thing, when you're playing Memphis, you don't have any time to prepare, and they play way different than anybody we're going to pretty much play. They're going to switch, trap, press, play zone. I was talking to Matt Painter and I are really good friends. He was like, man, we just ain't built for playing teams like this. I said, it's hard. And Memphis came out and played really. They defended really well. I don't know if you could tell on television, but they're tall. We played some really tall teams, like Michigan's really tall. These guys are too. And I thought we had a hard time early dealing with their switching, and so we couldn't get inside their defense very well. But in the last 7 minutes of the game, we were 1.66 points per possession when we were down 11. That's just astronomical. That's really good. And a lot of that was Trey and Miles. Of course, Miles had the home court advantage because he had the Wake fans and the Purdue fans cheering for him. And so, it just – we got a lot out of it, but I would have preferred to beat Texas Tech and played Purdue. And Purdue Purdue did not play well against Memphis, but they played really well against Texas Tech. I mean, they beat them by 30, and so, but, 4 really good teams, got a lot out of it. I see Stephen Tina still, or Stephen Tina, you're here, aren't you? I saw you down. You look like Steve. You look like you got a red face still. You've been out in the sun.
Steve wants to ask you a question.
Oh, he does?
We'll do that after the timeout.
Well, I thank you guys for coming, and but yeah, it was a great experience, and it was a lot of fun. I think the players had fun. We had good practices. We played 2 really good games, and I think they enjoyed the amenities of the place we were staying.
And there you have tonight's Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist game diagnosis. Take a quick timeout. We'll have Steve talking to Steve on the other side of the break as you listen to the Steve Forbes Show.
There we go.
From Learfield.
At Vibe, we believe interior design has the power to transform experience, shaping how people heal, learn, and perform every day. Whether it's premium hospitality suites, medical education facilities, residence halls, or healthcare environments, we create spaces that inspire connection, focus, and well-being. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're proud to design environments where champions thrive on the court, in the classroom, and beyond. Discover the impact of great design at vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's.
Hey Deacon fans, if you can't make it courtside or want to catch an away game with other Wake fans, Little Richard's Barbecue on Stratford Road should be your first choice to watch Wake basketball games. Enjoy big screen TVs, cold drinks, and all the smoked meats and southern sides you love. Proudly serving Deacon fans since 1991, Little Richard's is the go-to game day spot for Wake fans. Visit us on Stratford Road or order online at littlerichardsbarbecue.com. Go Deeks.
More with Coach Forbes after these local messages on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
Lobs for the dunk. Spillers flushed it on the alley-oop.
Looking for Demon Deacon audio content beyond game day? Download and subscribe to the Wake Forest Sports Network feed on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Stay connected to the Deeks all season long.
No, I thought we had great effort. Appreciate the fans. We had a good crowd. Last couple games have gotten off to a good start.
Catch every episode of the Jake Dickert Show and the Steve Forbes Show on demand, whether you're in Winston-Salem or anywhere in the world. Download and subscribe today. The Wake Forest Sports Network, powered by Learfield.
Lobs for the dunk. Spillers flushed it on the alley-oop.
Looking for Demon Deacon audio content beyond game day? Download and subscribe to the Wake Forest Sports Network feed on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Stay connected to the Deeks all season long.
No, I thought we had great effort. Appreciate the fans. We had a good crowd. Last couple games have gotten off to a good start.
Catch every episode of the Jake Dickert Show and the Steve Forbes Show on demand, whether you're in Winston-Salem or anywhere in the world. Download and subscribe today. The Wake Forest Sports Network, powered by Learfield.
Welcome back to the Steve Forbes Show.
They don't have any trees in Iowa. I'm from Lone Tree. That's the only tree they got.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com or tweet your question to the voice of the Deeks at Stan Cotton WF.
Okay, we are back rolling along. First half hour, Steve Forbes Show on this Monday night of Thanksgiving week. And tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by R.J. Young, your playbook for more than just copiers. Their cutting-edge solutions cover security systems, business phones, and managed IT and AV technology for your organization. Schedule your free consultation right now at rjyoung.com/Wake Forest. Our producer-engineer, Tim Sparks, is out with Mr. Beatty. So, Steve, fire away.
Fire away, Steve.
Okay. Given how athletic we are,
yep,
And considering Rodney Rogers just passed away,
amen.
Would you give one of our players like Coven the green light to do a 360?
Oh,
in honor of Rodney.
1,000%. If we could ever get in that situation, Steve, we would. Now you better make it. We've been known. Hey, Steve, we've been known to miss a couple dunks this year, but I would 1,000. I'd say there's probably a couple guys on the team that could do that. Yeah, we should mention Rodney. Unfortunately, he passed away after 21 years, I believe, of an unbelievable fight, spinal cord, injury off of, ATV? Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
My wife and Rodney went to the same rehab hospital in the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, so I could see why he lived as long as he did. I mean, I'm sure they helped him a lot, and I got to meet him just a couple times. It's hard because I got here during COVID, and he couldn't have any visitors really at that point. And he came up when he got his degree, and so I know I watched a lot of film. I mean, I watched him play, when I was coming through the profession. But it's really, thoughts and prayers to him and his family, and to Coach Odom and his teammates, because I know they're taking it really hard as well.
I remember Coach Odom told me that Rodney was his most influential recruit.
Yes.
Not Tim Duncan, not Randolph Childers, and those were obviously great players, but that Rodney Rogers was the guy.
Well, I think Randolph will tell you, I think one of the reasons why Randolph came was because Rodney came.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And I think that's what Dave meant, yeah.
And that's how recruiting can go sometimes. You get that one guy, that one guy can get a lot of other players.
Sometimes it's trying to get people to get on the radio with anybody is like pulling teeth. Now we got them stacked up like cordwood. So fire away. Introduce yourself to the radio audience first, and then fire away.
That's Joe Holbrook.
Joe, of course.
Class of 69, 70. Changing gears a little, Coach. We've read about your great recruits you got coming in.
Yep.
Could you tell us a little bit more about them?
I can. Thank you for asking that question.
Thanks, Joe.
69, 70. I was in kindergarten, Joe. And so, not trying to age there, buddy. I'll start out with the Placide twins, Gavin and Gallagher. Now, to this day, I still can't tell them apart, okay? I'm going to have a hard time with this. I mean, they're identical twins. And one's 6'10", 6'11", one's 6'9", 6'10". They're from Denver, Colorado. They go to high school in Dallas, Texas, at this place called Faith Family, and they play. I don't know. Nike has started a high school league over the last few years, so they play in the EYBL high school league, which is probably, to be honest with you, one of the best leagues in the country. Gavin is probably a top 30, 40 player in the country. And Gallagher, Gavin's probably more of a post player. Gallagher is the wing player. And he's probably top 70. And those kids are, they're really good. They're skilled. They got great bodies for people their age. Their mom, Rachel, did an unbelievable job raising them. Their sister starts volleyball at Ole Miss. So it's a very, athletic family. Coach Friedman did a really good job recruiting them. He knew them before he came here, which relationships are huge. And so we felt very, very, very fortunate to get those two. And, it was a package deal, obviously. They wanted to go to school together. Quentin Coleman is one of my more favorite kids that I've recruited here. He played in Principia High School in St. Louis, Missouri, but he actually lives in O'Fallon. If you're familiar, Illinois, if you're familiar with St. Louis, it's across the bridge. He literally drives 40 minutes one way every day to school to go to private school. And they won a state championship his junior year, and he was the player of the year in St. Louis. But this summer, he led Bradley Beal Elite to the Peach Jam Championship of the best Nike teams in Augusta. And that's when I really locked in on him and recruited him. And all three of those guys were really hard to get. There was a lot of heavy recruitment there. Just like Gavin and Gallagher, I love Quinn's parents, Brenna and Bobby. We really hit it off, and so feel very, very, very fortunate to have three top 100 high school players. It's been a long time. I think 2010 since that's happened here in one class. We're top 25, top 15, depends where you look. But I always say this about recruiting. classes, you should probably rank them after they leave, see if they're any good, because it is, it's just speculation right now. But you're gonna really, really like those guys, and they're gonna fit in well with the returners, that we have. We got some young guys on our team. We only have 3 seniors, Trey, Mackay, and Nate. That's it. The rest of those guys could all be back. So, future's pretty bright.
Joe, thanks. Steve, thank you. We're going to take a quick time out. On the other side, we'll talk a little bit about Campbell and they've got the Butka twins, twins from Lithuania.
They're a little too good.
And we've got a bunch of questions in here as well. We'll get to those too. So we'll take a time out. We'll talk more basketball with Coach on the other side as you listen to Wake Basketball from Learfield.
Your Harris Teeter grocery haul can earn you savings on gas with our fuel points. Earn 1 fuel point for every $1 you spend when you shop with your Vic card on your favorite products, fresh produce, and organic brands. Track your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app and redeem your points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. The more you shop, the more points you earn. It's like getting gas money just for shopping like you normally do. Click to learn more. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
Stan Cotton here for Roger Marion Automotive. Roger and his staff have been taking care of me and my family and our cars and trucks for years. From tune-ups to oil changes to a state inspection or that weird sound your engine's making that you can't quite figure out. Roger Marion Automotive can handle whatever issue your vehicle has and get you back on the road with confidence and at a very fair price. Roger Marion Automotive between I-40 and 421 across from West Forsyth High School. Roger Marion Automotive, the only choice for any fan of the Demon Deacons.
We'll be right back to the Steve Forbes Show after this local timeout on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
When it comes to local news, you can rely on ABC 45 News, there to cover your story.
Just had to take a stand. We should be compensated way more than we are.
There to get you answers.
It still leaves so much anxiety because it's like we don't know what happened.
There in your community.
We need to help out the people in our community who are struggling.
And there with your no-wait weather.
This area is producing some severe weather tonight.
ABC 45 News, weeknights at 6 and 11, standing up for you.
Welcome back to the Steve Forbes Show. It's time now for our Play of the Week, presented by WXLV ABC 45.
Here we go. He winds up, throws deep, Spillers the catch, kick to Colvin, 3 for the win. Yes! 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 Miles Colvin buries it at the horn, and Wake wins it. He'll take a look just to make sure, but that looked like he got it. 3 for the win. Yes!
There you go.
Yes!
Phil Graham on the call. Good job, Phil. The ABC 45 Play of the Week brought to you by ABC 45 News, giving you more coverage and dedication to what matters to you. And no wait weather with Jonathan Went, ABC 45 News, standing up for you. All right, wait now back home, and Campbell Camels come riding in for the first time in 25 years. Last time the Camels came in here, the Deeks beat them by 40. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow night.
No.
It's going to be a different deal tomorrow night.
I'll take it, but
you got some people laughing here in the front row.
Campbell is this is not coach speak. Like, I tell my players ahead of time, hey, man, we should win this game. If we play right, we should win it handily. This is a good basketball team. They took West Virginia all the way to the end, like 2-point game with a minute to go. That score at Wisconsin is not really indicative of it ended up that big, but you know how you go to those games and you're up 10, 12, 8, and then all of a sudden you blow it at the end, you get up 16, 17. That was a close game, and I have a good friend at Weber State. I talked to him this morning. They played them. They're big, they're physical. They defend. They're 9th in the country in free throw attempts. And so that means we cannot do what? Foul. They got a new coach who's coaching at Florida.
Yeah.
So he played us the last 2 years as an assistant. Now we've changed, some things, but it's not, we got to play. We got to play now. I'll say this. We've had really good practices up until Bahamas, but it's interesting what a little confidence does, right? You should have seen, practice yesterday. I mean, they had an unbelievable amount of energy. It felt good, and today. And so, we'll play. We'll be ready. These guys are competitive, but, respect to Campbell, coming in here at 3-3 on the year. Two of those losses, West Virginia and Wisconsin.
Yeah, their guy that scores is a little guard, DJ Smith, a 6-footer, and he
22.
averages over 20.
I know. They got a couple guys from Antonis' home country, Lithuania. At least one of them, the big kid, he's really good. He's 6'11", so they've got they put together a nice team.
Yeah, as you said, Campbell comes in 3-3, and they got nothing to lose, right? They'll let it go. They'll let it go.
Hey, look, I've won those games. When I was at East Tennessee State, we won at Georgia Tech, we won at Mississippi State, we won at LSU. We should have beat when Chris Mack was at Xavier. They're ranked top 5 in the country. We had them down 19 in the second half, and I don't want to talk about the end, but I've been there on that side of it. You got to come ready to play because if you don't, you get caught.
All right, it's Wake and Campbell tomorrow night at 7 at the Joel Coliseum. We'll be on the air at 6:30. Hope to see you at the Coliseum. All right, I think we might be able to get through the rest of the show just with questions.
Let's go.
Because we got a bunch. And here's the first one. This is from Senior Field Leader. This is on Twitter.
Okay.
This says, the buzzer beater was historical. Beat the previous record, according to Jim and I. The original was Valparaiso in Mississippi back in 1988 NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
They had 2.5 seconds. You had 1.5.
Wow.
And that's the record for the three-man play.
How much time did we have left for Utah Valley?
I don't know. Anybody remember?
You know what?
It was back in 22.
I don't know. You know what I remember about that play? Is 2 point. I knew you.
Joe says 2 point.
So
not even close.
Dinger was on the call, and I remember Dinger laughing. They went for the win, like he thought we weren't going to do it. Scott Drew and I are good friends. Scott texted me after the game. He's like, because he was assistant to his dad when they ran that play for his brother, Bryce. Right? Bryce Drew made the shot, and so he texted me and he said it made his family feel good. And I said, well, tell your dad we've won 2 games with that damn play. And he felt pretty good about that. So, it was quick. It happened quick.
And I wanted to ask you, number one, why would you bring a true freshman off the bench who he had to get his warm-up off, but he comes in cold and throws, it looked like Joe Namath. I mean, boom, perfect throw.
Well,
why Isaac?
Because every October – I line the entire team up on the baseline, and I hand them the ball and make them throw it to that spot. Because the last thing you want to do is in the game is get there and go, oh, I don't know who can make that pass, right? And so you have to figure, and I'm going to be honest with you now, these big athletic guys, most of them can't throw, okay? They can't throw. Most of them didn't play baseball, right? Everybody's thinking about football. Oh, it's baseball. And so Isaac did the best. And you got to have 3 because if one guy's fouled out, you got to have another guy or, whatever, vice versa. So the funny thing about Isaac's situation was I told Isaac before – I actually told him that day of practice, I said, look, you're probably not going to be in foul trouble, so you need to be ready. And I swear, I can see his face right now. I pointed right at him. He popped those pants off and ran in there and threw a dime. I couldn't believe it. I could because I've seen him do it, but think about sitting there that long.
That's my point.
And I don't know if most people understand. I don't know if everybody, I know you play, but I had that much confidence in him because that was his job. And that's doing your job, and being on a team. And, he delivered it. Now, I'll give the players credit. They mobbed him. Then his mom and dad were there. It was an awesome scene. for him to all those guys to do that.
By the way, Tim found the video of Utah. It was 3.3, that's like a week compared to 1.5.
Well, it's half. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It happened so fast. It was just like, wow, it worked.
All right, there you go, senior field leader. Thanks for that little tidbit. We'll take a timeout and a bunch of questions on the other side as you listen to Wake basketball from Learfield.
When the Triad brings ABC 45 News their traffic troubles, we get them resolved.
I really appreciate 45 because you guys advertise. If you have a problem and you can't get it resolved, give us a call.
One viewer had thousands worth of damage to her SUV from a fallen tree by a roadway.
ABC 45 News went to work and had the tree removed in less than a day.
Send your emails to traffictips@abc45.com. Triad traffic troubles on ABC 45 News at 6 and 11.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
More with Coach Forbes after these local messages on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
For up-to-date breaking news on the Deacs, there's no better source than GoDeacs.com, the official website of Wake Forest Athletics. GoDeacs.com provides detailed content of results of all Deacon sports teams, with innovative photos, live game and coaches show broadcasts, and in-depth interviews about the Deacons. GoDeacs.com is your complete online source for sports news when you just have to know. Visit GoDeacs.com and make it your homepage each time you log on to the internet. Go to the source, GoDeacs.com.
Gloves for the dunk. Spillers flushed it on the alley-oop.
Looking for Demon Deacon audio content beyond game day? Download and subscribe to the Wake Forest Sports Network feed on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Stay connected to the Deacs all season long.
No, I thought we had great effort. Appreciate the fans. We had a good crowd. Last couple games have gotten off to a good start.
Catch every episode of the Jake Dickert Show and the Steve Forbes Show on demand, whether you're in Winston-Salem or anywhere in the world. Download and subscribe today. The Wake Forest Sports Network, powered by Learfield.
Be a part of tonight's edition of the Steve Forbes Show.
We're glad to have him, and I think his parents are listening on the radio tonight to this. And so I told him after practice I was going to get after him, but I'll probably be nice.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com or tweet your question to the voice of the Deacs at Stan Cotton WF.
Okay, we are well into our second half hour here at Miller's on Robinhood, and back here Wednesday night for the Jake Dickert Show. Back here Monday night talking more basketball with this guy, the coach of the Deacs, Steve Forbes. And we want to tell you that since 1909, our good old buddies over at Norman Stockton have been dressing Deacon fans for all occasions. You'll find a great selection of Wake golf shirts, quarter zips, vests, jackets, belts, a whole lot more. Conveniently located over there in Reynolda Village, adjacent to campus. Check out Norman Stockton. Probably not right now. It's probably closed. Maybe sometime tomorrow.
The Jake Dickert ACC Coach of the Year, in my opinion.
Well, he'll get my vote.
Yeah.
I got to vote on that stuff this week. You got to vote?
If they act. No, they don't ask.
You want to help me fill out my ballot?
I do a good job.
You know what's hard? Third team offensive guard.
Yeah, I couldn't do good
That's
on that.
hard. That's hard to do.
You know, it's even basketball when you have.
Oh, it's still when you're only picking 5 guys on it, or
well, you get 15.
You get more than that, yeah, 5, but that's hard.
Sometimes when you get down to the end, you're kind of like, because you can't vote for your own players.
Right, I know.
You know.
All right,
so.
Let's see here. J Tripp on Twitter.
J Tripp.
Coach, do you think you need to create another full court end of game play since this one's been so successful? Everybody just got it scouted out. Everybody wants to know about a new play.
Well, you know. I thought about that, but there's only a certain amount of things you can really.
Hang on a minute. Now go.
I've thought about that, but there's really only a certain amount of things you can really do from the end line.
Yeah.
You got more options on the side, but we don't get to advance the ball like the NBA. And so, you could throw some things to the half. I've actually literally before I've thrown it to half court and called timeout. But with 1.5, what do you got left? And so I guess you could throw it to the rim, or you could trick them going one way like football and go the other. I don't think that's going to work, but we'll come up with something. We won't be able to probably. It got a little bit too much pub. I mean, like everywhere.
Now everybody's seen it.
And I didn't know Joel had filmed practice. Like when he put that out about
right.
I had no idea that he had filmed that, and which is fine. I mean, that's his job. But I didn't. When I saw it, it didn't even register with me till that was over that we'd actually had worked, done that. And so, if you got any ideas, this is J Trip?
J Trip.
Send me one of your favorite plays. We'll see if we can run it from there.
DM me, Jay, and I'll get you hooked up with Coach Forbes, and you might be an assistant this time next year. You never know.
Well, it could be.
Funny things happen, right?
Got to have some openings.
That being said, and I think I don't know if it was last year or the year before, we talked about would you be in favor of advancing like the NBA?
Yeah, I would just like to have the choice, okay? Like, I was just talking to my brother about this because, he's a coaching expert when I was driving in here, and he said that. And I said, but one of the problems on the side is you got big people in a small place. And I'm telling you, sometimes it's not easy to get it in. Now, we ran a couple side out-of-bounds plays. I called timeout once against Memphis, and we threw it to Trey in the middle, if you remember, against the zone. He laid it right in. But I've also seen it go the other way. When you're on the side, you think about it, and you throw it in, defense steals it. What's happening? Dunk. And so sometimes it's not so bad to be on the end line. You got a little bit more room to operate. I would just prefer like the last 2 minutes of the game. And I propose this, but shockingly nobody listens to me. I wouldn't mind having the option to say keep it where it's at or advance it. And it would make the game probably a little more interesting. Like in that situation there, I probably would have said advance it. If that amount of time. Now, worked out, but it's a good question.
Thank you. And let's see. Mark with an email question to wakeradio@learfield.com. 50-50 balls.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've talked about the importance of those. Do you chart those during games? And how do you feel that you're doing with the 50-50s?
Well, I look at rebounding as a 50-50 ball. I'll give you some numbers, Mark. Last year, we got 26.8% of our misses offensive rebounds. That was 271st in the country. This year, we're getting 36.4% of those. That's 69th in the country. And that's an incredible improvement. Duke led the ACC last year in offensive rebound percentage at 35.2, and right now we're at 36.4. And so those are 50-50 balls. So, yeah, we definitely chart that. And we chart your go rate. What is go rate? Go rate is, do you run the proper path to go offensive rebound? And then win rate is, did you get it? We also chart their blockout rates. Like, did you check out or did you just turn and go? We want to be at 75% on both of those as a team. I don't know. I don't think we chart loose balls, but, it's one of my pet peeves. And so I want to win those as much as we can. And I think those are the game. I think those are the stats and the margins that you got to win. Deflections, loose balls, offensive rebounds, points off turnovers. Those are things that win games. And so we chart a lot of stuff. And trust me, I got more analytics than I know what to do with. But it's a great question.
Mark, thank you for the question. We'll take a timeout again if you want to try to shoot us one. We've got several still to get to. You can do that, wakeradio@learfield.com. We'll even, if they're good enough, we'll hang on to them for next week as well. So we've done that quite a bit. Or you can post on Twitter @StanCottonWF. Another timeout, more basketball with the coach of the Deeks, Steve Forbes, as you listen to Wake Basketball from Learfield.
Stan Cotton here for Roger Marion Automotive. Roger and his staff have been taking care of me and my family and our cars and trucks for years. From tune-ups to oil changes to a state inspection or that weird sound your engine's making that you can't quite figure out. Roger Marion Automotive can handle whatever issue your vehicle has and get you back on the road with confidence and at a very fair price. Roger Marion Automotive between I-40 and 421 across from West Forsyth High School. Roger Marion Automotive, the only choice for any fan of the Demon Deacons.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro swing.
4,
but one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
We'll be right back to the Steve Forbes Show after this local timeout on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
It's electric here at the Joel. Holy cow, what a no-look pass. And another. And another. Never have I seen this many assists in one possession. This is flawless execution, Bob.
Hey, I'm thirsty too, but watching bottles of ice-cold Pepsi get passed from vendors down to Deeks fans in the middle seats is not the play-by-play we're here to do. Eyes back on the court. I'll buy you a Pepsi at the half.
No one's better than you, Bob.
It's Wake Hoop season, so pass the Pepsi. Proud partner of Wake Forest basketball.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Be a part of tonight's edition of the Steve Forbes Show.
Last couple games have gotten off to a good start. You watch Christmas Story, you ever put your tongue on the flagpole like that?
I've watched that, but I've never done that.
Don't do it.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com or tweet your question to the voice of the Deeks at Stan Cotton WF.
All righty, we got a lot of emailing, a lot of tweeting tonight. Time now for the Greenway Village Dental question of the night.
Dental.
All right, this comes from Brian. He is posting on X. Coach, how do you feel about your new offense and its fit with your new personnel? We've talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like we're really playing well offensively, great tempo, great pace. I will say this, I thought we made Texas Tech tired, and I thought we got Michigan tired. We just didn't finish. I really like the way we're sharing the ball. The ball's moving. We have 83 assists on the year while our opponents only have 75. We have 83 assists, and we've turned our opponents over 83 times, so that's a pretty good number. I just think the guys have a lot of joy playing together. I think they enjoy sharing the ball, and I think you see energy in the ball because it moves, and it's more fun to play. And so Nick's, Freeman and Thomas and Coach Harris, those guys have done a really good job of installing, the way we play and then breaking it down and working with them and helping them get better. And, we're shooting 34% from three right now, knock on wood, probably go a little higher. Last year, probably about 24. I don't know, it was bad. Real pleased. I think Nick's been a good addition.
Brian, thanks for the question. One more real quick one before we take our final time out. This is on Twitter as well from Grant. He wants to know, secondly, what your favorite Thanksgiving side dish is. So we'll give you a second to think about that, not that you need it. Due to the overemphasis on metrics by tournament committees, do you feel a lot of pressure to keep your rotation tight in games that you're winning handily just to make sure you win by a suitable margin?
I can't concentrate. I'm thinking about that side dish. Party potatoes?
Party potatoes.
Something my mom makes.
You a turkey guy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I like mushrooms.
Okay.
That's a hard question. I try not to. I really try to play. I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth because there's been times I've wanted to put the walk-ons in, and I couldn't because I felt like we just didn't have a large enough margin of victory. And I think that's really, really wrong, and I think that's a really bad precedent that we have set in college basketball about margin of victory. I think it's ridiculous. I get a memo every year about sportsmanship and how important it is, and then you got to run up to score on somebody?
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. Allegedly, the net caps at a 10-point margin, but we all know that is not true. And then the efficiencies, I'm not trying to get too technical here, but the efficiencies don't cap. And so if you keep beating the team, beating them, and you're scoring at a high level, your numbers are going to go up. Think about this. We won 2 games at home, started the season, went down 9 spots. Lost by 1 on the road at Michigan and went up 11. So you figured that one, okay? I'm not a big fan, but it's the world we live in. And Ken Palm is about margin of victory. That's important. So yes and no. I know the other night I was playing those guys. I feel like we're playing 10 guys. I think we're playing 10 guys double-digit minutes. Is that right? Close. Maybe 9. I don't know. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 or 10. So those guys got to play. And I think it's really been good for us to have depth. I mean, look at that. Sebastian Akins came in. We were talking about this play, but if Sebastian don't get the rebound and get fouled and make 2 pressure free throws, we're not even in that position. And so I'm really proud of Miles Colvin made the all-tournament team and is coming off the bench. And so that just is exciting for me to have that kind of – and you saw Cooper play against Texas Tech. I mean, he played great, dunked it under big twice. And so I don't know. I don't think I answered that one. I think I talked out of both sides of my mouth. Sorry.
Well, I mean, it's a tough issue, and it is what it is. It's not going to change, I don't think, and it puts you guys in a tough spot.
Yeah, it's.
But anyway, all right, Grant. Thanks for the question. Got to sneak in one more quick timeout, and we'll wrap it up with a final few with the coach right after you hear this.
Hey, Deacon fans. If you can't make it courtside or want to catch an away game with other Wake fans, Little Richard's Barbecue on Stratford Road should be your first choice to watch Wake basketball games. Enjoy big screen TVs, cold drinks, and all the smoked meats and southern sides you love. Proudly serving Deacon fans since 1991, Little Richard's is the go-to game day spot for Wake fans. Visit us on Stratford Road or order online at littlerichardsbarbecue.com. Go Deeks.
At Vibe, we believe interior design has the power to transform experience, shaping how people heal, learn, and perform every day. Whether it's premium hospitality suites, medical education facilities, residence halls, or healthcare environments, we create spaces that inspire connection, focus, and well-being. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're proud to design environments where champions thrive on the court, in the classroom, and beyond. Discover the impact of great design at vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's.
More with Coach Forbes after these local messages on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
When it comes to local news, you can rely on ABC 45 News, there to cover your story.
Just had to take a stand. We should be compensated way more than we are.
There to get you answers.
It still leaves so much anxiety because it's like we don't know what happened.
There in your community.
We need to help out the people in our community who are struggling.
And there with your no-wait weather.
This area is producing some severe weather tonight.
ABC 45 News, weeknights at 6 and 11, standing up for you.
Your Harris Teeter grocery haul can earn you savings on gas with our fuel points. Earn 1 fuel point for every $1 you spend when you shop with your VIC card on your favorite products, fresh produce, and organic brands. Track your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app and redeem your points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. The more you shop, the more points you earn. It's like getting gas money just for shopping like you normally do. Click to learn more. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
Minutes with the 2-minute warning. Coach, not quite 2 minutes. Tim will give us the 2 minutes. We do want to tell you that you can, in Winston-Salem now, stay where art meets atmosphere, Hotel Indigo.
Yeah.
And Sir Winston Wine Loft and Restaurant, they were both designed for the creatively curious. Bold spaces, local flavors, inspired stays. That's you? Are you creatively curious?
I like Winston Churchill. That's about
there you go. Yeah.
Maybe not Winston.
All right. Let's see here. Mark tweets out, wants to know about Nate. Is he okay? Is he going to play tomorrow?
Nate got his nose broke against Texas Tech.
I know.
He kept playing. You know what I told him? God gave you 2 nostrils. Breathe out of the other one. He's a tough bird. That hurts. He got popped today and his eyes were watering. I kind of felt bad for him. He tried to put the mask on, but he didn't like it. As far as I know, he practiced today. He'll be ready tomorrow. But he did get his nose busted. I think they tried to put it back in place. I don't think he wanted any part of that during the game. So we'll probably have to work on that one.
Let's see here. Mark, I want you to talk about, you've talked about rebounding a little bit, but and particularly on the defensive end, important obviously to grab that so you don't give teams multiple chances at shots. That's basically rebounding, right?
Yeah, you want to hold them to one shot.
Yeah, just one shot.
You know, and the blockout rate's important, like we talked about, but yet you can block a guy out, but you got to carve space too because, like, for instance, Memphis, they just jumped over us. I mean, you know, those guys were 7 foot, 6'11". They, you know, you can block a guy out, but you better make contact and carve out space because they can go right up over you. And so it is. We work on it every day, and we chart it. Antonis is back. He charts every practice, sends me the blockout rates every night, and then we talk about it the next day. And so it's a really important thing. I want to give a shout out to our bench too. You know, our bench scored 56 points in 2 games in Baja Mar. That's really good. I mean, that's really helped our team a lot, and I'm proud of them.
Well, yeah, and that obviously speaks to your depth, which helps you play the way you want to play, right?
Well, yeah, you know, it's like Miles. Why did he start? Well, Miles playing 27 minutes a game. He's starting, okay? He's playing a lot of minutes. He plays the second most minutes on the team.
Didn't he play 31 off the bench against Texas Tech?
That he did.
Yeah.
And so, you know, everybody's got a role. Like, you know, Omaha. Omaha's a great defender. He's like physical. If you watch the film, he's like bulldogging people with the basket, like rebounding, blocking out, defending with his feet. You know, he's made some threes. He's got to, you know, finish better around the basket. He knows that, but that's not everything. You know, there's more to it than just being a scorer. Okay, he's a great teammate, a great chemistry guy, great connector, and so I really like him. I think he's played well. And he'll play better. That's the encouraging thing about for him is his best basketball is in front of him.
When his shot's starting to come around, he went what? I think 0 for 9.
Yeah, he did.
At the arc, and all of a sudden, bam, he started making.
He made 4 against Lowell.
Yeah.
I think he made a couple down there. I don't know. I got it right here.
We got the sub 1 minute warning now.
We got sub 1?
Sub 1.
Okay, sub 1. 49 seconds, 48. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
My children will be here. Make their mother happy. We're going to practice Thanksgiving morning at 9:30 because we got a noon game on Friday, and so we got to get it done so we can eat, and then we got to get the game done so we can go spend our money. I won't be doing that, but I'll be at the house and watching Feast Week.
And we'll be back here next Monday night to talk about it. You got 15 seconds, your favorite side dish. Did you ever answer that? Figure that out?
Party potatoes.
That's what it is? That's the definitive answer?
Yeah, I mean, I like mushroom. I like green bean casserole.
You're done. Got to say goodnight. Thanks for coming, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right.
We'll see you tomorrow night at the Joel. Good night.
All right. Good.
You've been listening to The Steve Forbes Show on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield. Tonight's show has been brought to you by Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons. The proceeding has been a Learfield presentation of the Wake Forest Sports Network.